Scripture though, Luke chapter 7. I want to show you this, and then we're going to talk about this at our tables. This is worship, friends. What I'm about to tell you. Do we have it on the screen? Y'all have it?
What are the verses?
You're working on it? 36 forward. Just 36 forward.
Okay.
You've probably heard this story. It's not actually a story, it's an event that actually happened. But it says here, now one of the Pharisees invited Jesus to have dinner with him. So he went to the Pharisee's house and reclined at the table. When a woman, you reclined at the table, that's what they did back then. Just kind of like, one of those chase lounge kind of couches. They lay down to eat. Yeah. Don't you wish your mom would come out and serve you grapes, when you lay down? Thank you, Mother. When a woman who had lived a sinful life in that town learned that Jesus was eating at the Pharisee's house, she brought an alabaster jar of perfume, and as she stood behind him at his feet weeping, she began to wet his feet with her tears. Then she wiped them with her hair, kissed them, and poured perfume on them. That would be a freaky situation, wouldn't it? Can you imagine being there? Put yourself in the corner over there. You're like in the corner of the room, and you're seeing all these important religious people and everything, and then here comes this really bad lady that everybody knows is real sinful, and she comes in the house uninvited. And you're over in the corner of the room watching this whole thing happen, and she falls down at Jesus' feet. He's laying down this little couch thing, and she's got her hands on his feet, and then she starts crying, and she's crying so much that she wet his feet, and then she takes her long hair and she unfurls her hair, and she begins to wipe his feet and clean his feet with her hair. This is Jesus we're talking about. This is kind of an awkward situation. So we're watching this all happen from the corner of the room, and then she takes this alabaster jar with a real expensive perfume in it and puts it on Jesus' feet too. And there's a couple of things I'm seeing here. I'll come back to in just a minute, but there's some reactions that she's doing that nobody else in the room is doing. We're going to talk about those at your table, okay? So look at verse, let's see where we're at here. Y'all have Bibles?
Yeah.
These people have Bibles? What's the deal here? Okay. Just bring a Bible sometime. Hey, when the Pharisee, let's see, where am I at? Oh, yeah, verse 39. When the Pharisee had invited him saw this, he said to himself, if this man were a prophet, talking about Jesus, he would know who's touching him and what kind of woman she is, that she is a sinner. Can you hear that? Look what it says. When the Pharisee who had invited him saw this, he said to himself. So inside of him, he says, if he were what kind of woman this is, he wouldn't let her touch him, because this woman's been in all kinds of places. He might get a disease. Verse 40, Jesus answered him. He said it inside himself, and Jesus said, oh, by the way, Simon, I have something to tell you. Well, tell me, teacher, he said. Enlighten me. He said, 2 men owed money to a certain moneylender. One owed him 500 denarii and the other 50. Neither man had money in the bank to pay him back, so he canceled the debts on both of them. Now, which one of them you think loved him more?
The $500.
Simon replied, I suppose the one who had the bigger debt canceled. You judge correctly, Jesus said. Then he turned toward the woman and said to Simon, don't you love that? So you're sitting in the corner of the room, you're watching this, and he turns to the woman and says to Simon, so basically turns his back on Simon and says, listen to this. Do you see this woman? I came into your house. You did not give me any water for my feet, but she wet my feet with her tears and wiped them with her hair. You did not give me a kiss, but this woman, from the time I entered, has not stopped kissing my feet. You did